And just adding on to Leon's comments, especially in the business world, basically, they're looking for results-driven people. They want results. So just one general comment. Say on your resume, I see you have a lot of good experience. This is really great. But a lot of times, because they're more results-driven, so they would like to see what you've done before and how was it. Basically, they would like to see on your resume a before-after comparison, right? So say you went to this company, you helped them to increase their sales by 30%. They want numbers. Okay. They want results. They want to see what you can do, and that's how you can kind of also define, devoting back to Leon's question, that's also how you can define why you're better than the other candidates, why they should hire you and not the other guys.
We still have time? I will say one more thing. On the career thinking, you need to thinking what are you passionate on. If you don't have the passion, I don't believe you can success. The next is focus. If you want a success, you need to have a target focus for yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Three lights are still on. Now it's time for the judges to impress the contestant. But first, the contestant has to choose which two judges that you want to ask questions to. So you have to eliminate one judge by pressing.
Just a couple sentences for this. So I think first, for who has the courage to be there, we should give a big props. After each one, we should give a big applause because when I was in school, I don't have the guts to be there. And also, just a note, they asked me to ask 3 questions. I'm a nice guy. Well, just a short comment. So when people ask you questions, you probably have to address the questions, just answer to that. Because when I ask you when you have a comfort, maybe you have a lifestyle you choose, don't want to work for the asshole like me. But sometimes you have to find a better way. Just for one lawyer, so I tend to ask me questions. That's my job. So the way to answer that, maybe you have to find a way to harmonize these two. Maybe you can say, by making profit, that doesn't mean you cannot do charitable things. You can find a way to do that. But you have to understand the tone for a business owner. Most of them, they can't, because if they cannot make the business sustainable, they cannot even pay you monthly. How can they think about that? So that's a different aspect.
I want to add one more comment. This is not only for you, for all the audience here, is you need to be confident. So don't try to use like a problem online with no selective answer. If you want to show people that you really well prepared for this, and although you may not know everything in this work, but you are able to face the challenge. So that's kind of very positive to do that.
So Cindy, you can go ahead and eliminate one of the judges. You eliminate first, and then you ask the remaining 2 a question. You can go ahead. Turn around. Turn off the light.
My question is, I would like to know, I know both of you are from consulting industry, but probably from different aspects or from different lengths of time. So I would like to know more about what is your suggestion for me if I want to go into a consulting company or a consulting industry, and based on what you just experienced.
Sure. Would you like to start?
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess like one of the comments I wanted to add earlier was I think the qualities you wanted to portray in your interview is good, and I think it is what, what business is. Like, particularly, I know you're going to apply to business school, and your application, I think those are the qualities that people look for. And maybe it's more the way you express it, you could be more precise or whatnot. But I guess on the other hand, when you mention consulting, there's a wide variety of different consulting jobs out there. There's management consulting, there's strategy, technology, and I can talk about the consulting that I'm part of, and that's something you may be able to portray better in the future. But within my group, we're the Economic Evaluation Services group in KPMG, and that's comprised of two subparts, which is valuation and transfer pricing. So valuation, long story short, would be valuing businesses and assets for financial reporting purposes. And transfer pricing is basically international tax consulting, where there's a multinational firm, they're doing intercompany transactions. What is a fair price? So it's negotiations between governments. So it would be, for a Japanese client, it could be negotiations between the IRS and the tax authorities in Japan. I guess with that said, the qualities we look for are pretty similar. Analytical people who can communicate and whatnot. So, and your question was more on advice. So maybe we know the industry better and have a reason why we want this particular field of consulting.
Okay.
So I know you've had a lot of harsh comments, but I do admire that you being the first one on the stage. But that's giving you a critique for therefore. First of all, I like your willingness to solve problems and to learn. I think that's one of the key qualities that most people look for. So at that point, you have the quality, right? So that's one thing I want to put out. But at the same time, just like Jonathan said, there are so many different kinds of consulting out there. You kind of have to, because when you go into an interview, you need to know what you want already. That's how you can bring yourself to the table for a negotiation. Because a lot of times, even though they might see you have good quality, they have the power to put you into places in any position. It's possible that they might be able to put you in a position where you don't even like, right? Because just like we said, there's so many different consulting areas out there. So when you say consulting, you probably have to narrow it down to start looking at how many different types of consulting are out there, what really interests you, what aligns with your career goal, and then go from there. I know with interviewing, it seems a lot of power in the interviewers, but you should start looking, this is a general comment, interviewing is not just about presenting yourself, trying to sell yourself. You are actually trying to negotiate for what you want as well. Don't forget that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now it's time for Cindy to decide which offer to take. Go ahead and show your Christmas tree.
Thank you. Actually, I find this event very even more beneficial and more, how to say that, just beneficial to me and more interesting than I expected. And I really gained a lot of very useful advice. And I really hope that I can keep in touch with most of you if possible and to learn more from you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cindy. If our judges can turn your lights back on for our next session.
I'll help you. Okay. I think the picture is a little tricky. It takes 2 clicks to get to the.
Tell me to be careful now, right? Because I only have 1 tree left.
So next up, we will have a student entrepreneur. Welcome, Li Shubing. He's the founder of website called Berkeley Connect. Now, Alright, so first, why don't you tell us about yourself and your company?
Hello everyone, my name is Rubin Lee. It's really nice to be here this time. Actually, I want to go first, but you place me in a second. Anyway, I'm an international student here from China. I'm a third-year junior, operations research and management science major and applied major non-major. And then, yeah, I spent my entire spare time during this semester. I launched a website called Berkeley Connect. And I'm going to give you a brief introduction about Berkeley Connect. And the Berkeley Connect is an online student marketplace and online community. Its mission is to enhance student experience and eventually it will be an online platform for the innovative Berkeley students. And there is a lot of opportunities at Berkeley Connect. And at the beginning, you might not know what you can contribute to, but after you spend a couple of months at Berkeley Connect, you will realize the responsibilities that Berkeley Connect has given to you, and you will be surprised how much you have learned from Berkeley Connect. Diversities. There is a diversity of people behind the Berkeley Connect. There are undergrads, graduate students from different majors. We join together because of our passion for our Berkeley. We love Berkeley. And also the last is teamwork. We work hand by hand every day just to fight every day in order to make our website possible. So integrity, opportunities, diversities, teamwork. We are Berkeley Connect.
So now it's my turn to ask you a question. An entrepreneur usually serves as an intermediary between an investor and the labor. And so the ability to negotiate and solve conflicts is especially important for an entrepreneur. Who here has seen the movie The Social Network? Many people. So you guys remember what the central conflict of that movie is. Basically, the question is, so what are you going to do if, like what Mark Zuckerberg did to Eduardo Salvador, your CTO, allied with your other teammates and tricked you into signing an agreement to dilute your founder shares to near zero tomorrow?
To be honest, this is a kind of technical question since we just launched this past Tuesdays. I think it's kind of far in the future. But anyway, from my introduction, I don't think this is going to happen. But if it indeed happened, I think Steve Jobs is really a great example. He was kicked out from Apple. I think most of you know. But from his speech at the Stanford University, he said that getting fired from Apple is the greatest experience he ever has because when he got fired, he met his wife, he had his family, he had his child. Otherwise, because working at Apple, you have a lot of things to do. You don't have time to fall in love with the girl you want. So, I think it applies to me as well. I think life is not easy. Every day we will encounter difficulties. That's what makes it interesting. If I fail this time, I will definitely come back next time. And if I can successful in the first time, definitely I will be successful next time too. And the gold glitters. Thank you.
Now it's time for the ask 2 big questions.
Can I ask a question, sure? So you're an entrepreneur and he's applying for a position to be, I guess, a co-partner. So can that be the scenario? Or?
Oh, actually,
this is a mock interview.
This is a public mock interview without a mock position.
Oh, yes.
So what he's trying to do is to persuade you to buy him dinner. Okay.
Okay, let me answer a question. Try not to be too mean this time. I'm an entrepreneur too. I do startups. So the question I encounter is actually asked by, I try to raise money. And then they told me, your idea is stupid, it's impossible. What are you going to tell me?